Hi, my name is Gavin. I'm here with my Lionhead ruby-eyed white bunny named Olaf, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to groom Lionheads. So Olaf here is a Lionhead. Lionheads, he's white. They come in all different colors, but they have long fur around their sides here and a long mane, hence Lionhead, and then this short fur on their back and on their stomach. Lionheads make great pets. They're relatively calm. They're pretty easy maintenance, small rabbits, so nice and easy. That's why I have them. So to start off, what would you use to groom? What would they be sitting on? So I have him sitting on my Groom and Go, which is what I like to use when grooming rabbits. They're a little pricey, so if you don't want to invest in this, say you only have one rabbit, these carpet squares, you can get them for free from carpet stores. They're just, 2x2. And they'll do the same thing as this surface texture, but this has storage underneath, so I really like these. And then the tools you'll need, my favorite tool is this. It's just this metal classic comb. They advertise them for cats, dogs, bunnies. But this does a great job of just kind of pulling out any of that old fur that has gone out or matted. See, this is what you don't want. And why you need to groom a rabbit is because you don't want them to get matted underneath. They can get pests and lice, and it's not good. It can also cause them health problems if they're all matted underneath, and you just want them to look nice, like a nice rabbit. So again, this is the comb I really like. It'll do a great job of pulling out all this just old fur. There's also brushes. So this is my favorite kind of brush. I believe it is a cat brush for long-furred cats. And you do the same thing. This will get finer hairs. It starts to catch this smaller stuff that this wouldn't catch. So this is good if you have a rabbit that you're just, say you groom it every day and you give it a little brush over. This is a different kind of brush. It's almost the same, but it doesn't have these little tips. I don't like it quite as much because it can kind of scratch them up a little bit, but it's okay. I use it sometimes. And then this kind is for the Lionheads that short fur on their backs and stomachs. So it's actually a flea brush for dogs. So it's really fine. And I wouldn't use it here because this will break actually. But it gets these little hairs if you're really wanting them to be nice and clean. So those are the different types of combs. So now let's start grooming him. So I'm going to start at the head here. What I'll do, he has these little whiskers here, so I'll just take off with this metal comb on both sides anything, any mats, any fur that has just fallen out and got stuck in here. Same on the top in between the eyes. Sometimes it'll be a little difficult to get out, but you'll see it'll start just coming out like this. And I use this technique, you can just kind of pull it with your fingers and it'll come out after you agitate it a little bit with the comb. Also, make sure you get the mane underneath his chin, underneath their chin, because sometimes people will forget there and it'll just end up a matted disaster that's very difficult to get looking nice again. So then for kind of back of his head, I'll like to use these. They do a good job of getting those shorter furs. But you can also use this. And here's, I'm feeling right here, a good example of a mat. You'll feel there are these big clumps of hair, and you'll have to really try and pull them out, and they'll come out in these clumps. Like, see that clump of hair? That was a mat, and that's what you don't want in your Lionhead, especially if you're showing. them for showing purposes. The judges do not want rabbits with mats, because if they have mats, it's a sign that you're not caring properly for your animals. Then on these sides, just this comb, make sure you go over and under to get any mats underneath here. I groom my Lionheads about twice a week is what you want to try and do. Olaf here is actually, he's 4 months old, so he's just kind of growing in his Lionhead fur. So I have to groom him almost every day now, but a normal Lionhead about twice a week is just fine. So all under here, getting out any of those mats, and it's totally fine if a lot of fur comes out. That's what you want to know, you're making progress. And on the back here, my flea comb does a great job of getting any little tiny mats. To flip the rabbit over, you hold the 2 ears and the neck skin. You're not choking it, just the neck skin, and you take this hand and you go under and you do this. So this gives you great control getting them under, getting them upside down. So you do the same thing here. This long comb is a little dirty under here because he's been playing around in the sun. But I never use this comb back here. It's just too harsh. It's only on their back. This I also won't use, it's too spiky. This is really my favorite kind of comb. If I could only have one comb, it would be this metal one. Like this, kind of going through, getting anything out that could be in there. Any nets, any dirt, any hay, and that's about it. Just 10 minutes a day, 5 to 10 minutes depending on how big they are and how much fur they have, and you can tell that's way better than when we started with just a few minutes of grooming. Okay, so here he is. He's pretty much all the way done, nice and groomed. You can tell there's no dirt, no mats at all. So he's doing really good. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a lot. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. And be sure to click subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Thank you.